Stick around later for Jimmy Fallon as he welcomes Shaquille O'Neal tonight.
By the time you try to convince yourself to save that delicious filet of fish for when you get home, it's already gone.
Enjoy 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5, only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Good times, bad times, and everything in between. Your St. Joseph Primary Care Doctor is with you all the way.
By the time you try to convince yourself to save that delicious filet of fish for when you get home, it's already gone.
Enjoy 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $5, only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Count on LEX 18 News.
Tonight, round 3 of winter weather is hitting the bluegrass. We have team coverage around our viewing area with the latest road conditions. Plus, a retired police officer is making sure first responders report to work in this week's weather. And it's another win for the Wildcats as they played at Vanderbilt tonight. We'll have those highlights. LEX 18 News at 11 starts now. Good evening, I'm Larry Smith.
And I'm Nancy Cox. Thank you for joining us at 11. We're in round 3 now of the winter weather that we've been seeing for a week.
And we begin with Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack, who has the very latest conditions for us. Bill.
And once we overcame the dry air earlier this evening, that snow started coming down in a hurry, and we have been watching it falling, and you see it here from the Pepper Rick House in what is a very snowy distillery district. So far in Lexington, around an inch so far of what we have seen, so we're about a third of the way to our forecast. We've got the snow continuing, and it will be for a while. The Max Track Doppler does show a pretty extensive coverage of snow. A little dry pockets starting to show up, and we're going to see that probably expanding some with time, but there's still more snow to the southwest. So the winter storm warnings do continue, and they're generally south of I-64 and the Bluegrass Parkway with the advisory to the north. What we are expecting in some places have already verified these snowfall amounts. There is a pretty heavy band that runs from Taylor County through Casey County, parts of Lincoln, Garrett County, into Madison County, into Estill County and Powell, where we're already pushing 3 inches and more. That's fallen just this evening. So we are indeed getting some pretty good snowfall rates out there. A little bit less as we look to the southeast because of some freezing rain and rain that'll mix in, and a little bit less to the north as well, but still a 1 to 3. And that'll be just about all snow. As we've gone through this afternoon and evening, you've watched this whole area coming up out of the deep south, going through middle Tennessee. You see that slot right there? It's called a dry slot. There's actually more dry air that's going in over the top of it as well. And that is what will eventually cut off a lot of our snow production. At 11 o'clock, we are looking at that wide coverage of snow around the area. By 1 o'clock, again, we still have snow around, but there are pockets where it is beginning to dry out. And you'll really see that coming into play tomorrow morning. But there should be one more burst of energy that comes through tomorrow afternoon. And with that, we are going to see our final snow totals come in. We'll mix some sleet, freezing rain, and freezing drizzle in as well. We'll talk about all that and look ahead in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Bill. Well, our coverage continues tonight with the team of reporters keeping an eye on conditions across the bluegrass.
We have crews all around our viewing area. Let's begin with LEX 18's Mike Valente, who is in Lexington tonight. Mike, what's going on where you are?
Hey guys, we're at New Circle and Harrodsburg Roads where it's been snowing pretty consistently for the last 3 hours. We were on a Facebook Live at around 8:30. That's when the snow started to fall. It hasn't really stopped since then. If you want to pan down, Ian, you can see this is a fresh coat of snow on top of the snow that was already here from the previous storm. If you want to look at the roads behind me, things appear to be fine right now. Cars are definitely taking it slower than they were before. We haven't seen any accidents or issues to note, at least within our vantage point, but you still want to be careful. Speaking of roads, you know, Lexington Lexington crews have been working 12-hour shifts for a while, trying to clear the mess from the last couple days while also preparing for the incoming snow. And it's not only road crews and city officials that have been preparing to help others. We ran into a father-daughter duo about a quarter mile from here at the Shell gas station. They had a truck full of firewood. We approached them, said, "Hey, where are you guys going?" They said they own a logging company and they were just delivering free firewood for friends who really needed it right now.
Oh, this is energy for them. They have to have it in order to heat their home. So, I mean, you know, it's a big deal. Oh, it's very important. I mean, we all got to kind of, you know, have each other's backs, you know, during times like these. You know, this is kind of like a disaster, sort of, you know. So our friends are, you know, kind of our priority tonight.
A nice reminder to look out for the most vulnerable among us during these potentially difficult times. Right now, drivers are going to want to look out for themselves on the roads. If you don't have to be out, just stay at home, whether you're in Lexington or in Clark County. That's where we find Eleanor Buckley. Elle, I know things have changed quite a bit since we last spoke.
Yeah, Mike, earlier this evening, I told you that main roads were clear here in Clark County. Well, that's no longer the case. Just take a look at I-64. You can see the snow is coming down pretty steadily, and the roads are pretty hard to travel on. You can see we got a traveler right there, and it's difficult. You know, there's a good coat of snow on the ground. Since our trip here, when we started coming back here around 9 tonight, roads became very difficult to drive on. You can see there's snow falling steadily. And when it comes to the morning commutes, Clark County Supervisor Alan Curtis says no, that roads should not be traveled unless they absolutely have to.
Emergency travel is probably the only reason you need to be out. We have 285 named roads here in the county stretching a little over 200 miles. So it typically takes 5 to 6 hours to clear the route. And our priority is the main cut-through roads, and then we fall back and try to do what we can with the subdivisions.
Of course, we will keep an eye on road conditions here in Clark County, as well as the rest of Kentucky. Back to you guys in the studio in Clark County. Eleanor Buckley, LEX 18 News.
All right, Eleanor, thank you. Mike Valenti also. For snow removal crews, preparation is key in fighting these winter storms. Lexington crews spent the day cleaning up from the last 2 rounds of snow and ice while gearing up for tonight's latest forecast projections. The city says there is plenty of salt for this upcoming winter storm, and Lexington already has orders in for more of it. So road crews will have what they need to clear the city streets. They're trying to get the side streets and neighborhoods taken care of before the snow comes. The goal is to get them as clean as possible, because if they can stop the snow and ice from walking into the pavement, it'll be easier to keep the snow off as it comes. And this time, they're hoping for all snow.
We never really want to see that freezing rain component. You know, Eastern Kentucky has been pounded, and there are folks out there that may not get power back for a couple weeks. And we already have a good amount of ice in our trees, so any more could start to cause some tree and power line failure. So we'll do a happy dance if all we get snow.
Crews ask that drivers keep their speeds down and give the trucks plenty of space to work.
First responders don't take snow days, and a retired police officer is helping them get to work safely this week. Rocco Besignac is the founder of Camp Hero, Inc., a nonprofit that helps wounded veterans and first responders. Well, this week, he's offering free rides to and from work for first responders and healthcare workers, including doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. He's already given about 20 rides the last few days and has helped Lexington police on calls. He says he doesn't want them to have to worry about doing their job.
I have a vehicle that I actually built for off-road and hazardous weather, and I like to be able to use it. And being the police officer for almost 8 years, I'm used to driving in bad weather, and it really doesn't bother me any.
Well, to set up a ride, you can go to campheroky.org or the Facebook page, Camp Hero Kentucky, and call or text the number on your screen, 606-471-3185, We'll also have that number on our website, lex18.com. You're asked to call in advance so that he can arrange as many rides as possible. What a good guy. Well, icy conditions mean that there won't be trash pickup tomorrow for Lexington residents. Crews won't collect city carts or dumpsters, but people can still leave your waste carts at the curb. You're asked to keep them out of the street, though, to make it easier for road crews.
Some LEX 18 viewers have been concerned about access to local food banks given the weather. Well, the shelves inside Lexington's God's Pantry Food Bank are well stocked. How to get it to the people who need it is becoming the bigger challenge lately. So today, workers set up this pop-up pantry at Southland Christian Church on Richmond Road here in Lexington. Great care was taken in clearing the parking lot to make sure it was passable by car or on foot. The need for food assistance has risen not only with the unemployment numbers, but with the dip in temperatures.
The pantries that we operate throughout the year, those parking lots are icy and they have a lot of snow cover. So we didn't feel that it was safe for our volunteers or for recipients to go into those facilities to get food. So we're doing this instead because it's safer.
Halligan also said donations are down a bit given the fact people are stocking up themselves due to the pandemic and weather. But he did say government donations are up because of the CARES and HEROES Acts, which were passed by Congress. We're not the only ones who are dealing with winter weather this week by any means. It's stretching across the country.
Yeah, still ahead, we check out how extreme this weather is and how it's causing a delay in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. That's when LEX 18 News at 11 returns.
Round after round of winter storms swept through Kentucky.
And we're right here on LEX 18 all evening long.
You count it on LEX 18 on every device.
In Georgetown,
in Montgomery County,
Anderson County,
Grant County, and Laurel County.
live in Lexington.
Everywhere you need us.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Now qualified buyers can get $8,000 in total savings on select Ford F-150 models.
Beatrice, what are you doing here? Everyone's buzzing about buying local. With the recent bee shortage, I'm keeping a colony of bees right in my backyard. The bees that made this honey were cared for and given the attention they needed. That's why UK Federal Credit Union should be your local bank. To learn more, go to ukfcu.org.
Hey, Lexington.
Got $1? Only $1, and you could get approved from American Car Center, the king of credit.
Don't wait for your refund.
Get approved now. Bring us your tax return, and for only $1 today, you can drive it away.
We've got your back. Whatever your credit history, we want to approve you for a high-quality pre-owned vehicle.
And they all come with a limited warranty and oil changes for up to 3 years.
So come see us today and get that yes you've been looking for.
Shop AmericanCarCenter.com or visit your local store because the king of credit wants to approve you today.
It's all-wheel drive season, and when you run the numbers, nobody has more all-wheel drive vehicles to get you through it all than Toyota, including the legendary 4Runner, a top 10 for resale value 8 years running. The full-size Tundra is #1 in its class, and so is Tacoma, the #1 selling mid-size truck. Get $1,000 customer cash on a new 21 4Runner or a rugged new Tacoma, or get a great lease on Tacoma for $159 a month. Run the numbers and save. Toyota, let's go places.
LEX 18 Storm Tracker Weather in partnership with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Another interesting storm coming through, and we have snow flying over most of the area now. Quick check in Frankfort from the Military History Museum. There are your snowflakes. You can see a snow-covered Main Street more or less down there as it turns over there into Capitol. So how about in Lexington? You're looking down at Main Street from the 21C Museum Hotel at your St. Joseph Health weather bug camera. Traffic's moving, but the road on Main Street there definitely snow-covered. Max Track Doppler shows a pretty extensive coverage of snow. A little bit lower elevation stuff falling right now over Lexington. The snow's a little bit lighter. It's not being picked up well by radar at this point. But again, you're seeing just what is a pretty generous coverage. And the warning, it is in place through tomorrow. It'll be ending tomorrow early evening. South of 64 in the Bluegrass Parkway, and to the north, It's an advisory. We're going to stick with our snowfall totals here, and we started to show you this last night at this time. Pretty broad swath of 3 to 6 inch snows. Now, remember, when you hear 3 to 6, for especially when we're talking Lexington, up toward Paris, over toward Woodford County, maybe even Frankfort County or Franklin County, here are the 3, not the 6 necessarily, okay? So we're going to be at the lower end. But there are already places that have hit 3. And some of those are just south as you go through parts of Taylor, Casey, Lincoln, Garrett, over into Madison and Estill counties. We're already seeing some reports of 3 inches and a little bit more coming in. So when we all wrap this up, here's what we're, just to kind of put a few numbers on here. Give yourself a little plus or minus on this, but you see the heavier amounts just south and southeast of Lexington, but still a decent amount of snow any way you look at it, and then lesser amounts as you head off to the north and northwest. As you head into eastern Kentucky, same idea. Most folks are going to be in the 3 to 4 inch range. As we head to the southeast, now we start seeing some numbers that get a little bit bigger. In a corridor from Manchester to McKee on up to Jackson and Salyersville, you're starting to push some decent sized amounts in there. We're going to mix some sleet and freezing rain, but what overcomes some of that is the high snow rates that come down at times. You also notice the lesser amounts there in the far southeast corner. That's where we may end up with just some rain for a while. And finally, heading into the lakes, you're looking at the most right there around Whitley City, Williamsburg, and London looking pretty decent. A little bit lesser amounts as you head up north. Although Liberty already has better than 2.5 inches of snow. So tonight, the snow's already begun. At times, it'll come down heavily. If you are out driving late tonight, early tomorrow, it will reduce the visibility. And with the cold temps, that means the roads are icing up quickly. Anything that falls pretty much sticks. Now, I know we've got the roads treated out there, but still, especially side roads, you get over in the neighborhoods, it's going to be really slippery for you. So here's the evolution. We've been watching this whole thing coming north as we've gone through the day. It took a while to saturate the lower part of the atmosphere, but when it did, that snow started coming down. But you see that wedge right there? That's what we call a dry slide. You see what direction that's going? It is coming up to the north. Why is that there? Something we don't normally show you, but we are tonight because it helps tell why things are happening. There is a satellite channel where some of the imagery comes through. It's called water vapor. It literally sees the water vapor in the atmosphere. Well, watch as we go through here. Here's your nice big slugs of moisture over the last 6 hours. You see this area that's clearing out to the west of us? That's drier air coming in. Not dry, but drier. So as the more moisture-rich environment slides off to the east, your snowfall rates will begin to decrease. As we continue on through this evening, and we've had that snow around, and it'll continue through the night, but again, it'll start to slacken off some in the hours after midnight. You're seeing these dry patches and that lighter shades of blue showing up. And then by tomorrow morning, a pretty good dry slot covers most of the area. Thing is, as we continue through the afternoon, one more good push of snow should get most of us to those forecasted snow totals, he says. Steady snow for a few more hours and that dry air begins to take over, a little broader than what we've seen in the past storms, and there is an actual thaw on the way. And my friends, remember to stay off the ponds and make sure your pets have a good shelter with the temperatures that'll be getting cold over the coming nights again. We were down to 4 this morning in Lexington. Winter storm warning, periods of snow with some mix in the southeast late. Temperature may drop another degree before rising toward morning. Off and on snow tomorrow. Sleet, ice, rain mixed in too. Cold rain at that. In between the bursts of snow, some freezing drizzle. We'll be in the low 30s. All righty, the cold Friday, especially on Saturday. Then the thaw and numbers that start with a 5. That's nice.
I've wanted to tell you this for a long time, but with another child on the way, I keep putting it off. We've come to a point in our life where we need more space.
You're right. We need a larger home. That's why I applied for a home loan with Community Trust Bank. We've been pre-qualified, so get ready to go house shopping.
At Community Trust Bank, we specialize in new beginnings, building communities built on trust.
Your favorite candy bar is now a vitamin. A delicious chocolatey bite supercharged with vitamin D, zinc for immune defense, plus antioxidants like vitamins A, C, and E to stay strong. My Bite is the sweet indulgence your body deserves. Yum! My Bite vitamins. Health made happy. Find us in the vitamin aisle.
At Lexington Clinic, we're celebrating a healthy you. For 100 years, Lexington Clinic has been at the forefront of keeping your family healthy. A century of compassionate, personalized care. Our highly qualified physicians have been here for your family during all of life's stages. And with 30 specialties and over 200 providers, we lead the way in healthcare for future generations. Whatever the future holds, we are ready for the next 100 years. Lexington Clinic, your doctors for life.
Whoa. The Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop Daily Draw Game. Choose your numbers, 1 to 15. One number wins it every 4 minutes. Play Cash Pop. Maybe your lucky number will win you some scratch.
How did you put that cat face on me?
It's a filter. I can make you look like a dog, too.
Well, I just got the new mobile app from Monticello Bank. They've completely updated it. It's more secure. I can pay bills. I can even deposit checks just by taking a picture.
Wow, that's cooler than a cat filter.
Grandpa still knows a thing or two.
So, can you transfer some money into my money market account?
President's Day savings are here at Toyota on Nicholasville. Right now, get monumental savings on our tremendous selection of new Toyotas, like up to $5,400 off new Toyotas. Tacomas are only $148 a month, and new 2021 RAV4s are just $167 a month. And 0% financing is available for up to 60 months. It's Toyota on Nicholasville's President's Day sale, now through month end.
Toyota on Nicholasville, where price sells cars.
LEX 18 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. You're watching LEX 18 News at 11.
Right now, millions of people in Texas are spending their evening in darkness. The deadly deep freeze that devastated that state's power grid is shattering records for how long it's lasting. Dallas has been below freezing for 4 days straight.
And in Oklahoma City, it's the 9th day in a row that they haven't seen thermometers creep past 20 degrees. Now the East Coast is bracing for a strike from that same storm that is freezing up vaccination efforts and our battle against the pandemic. John Lawrence has the latest.
Loss of power isn't the only problem plaguing people in Texas and Louisiana. Frozen pipes are bursting, flooding homes from the inside out, and people without water are now using buckets of snow to flush their toilets.
It started coming through the walls and the water just took over everything. Now it's a few inches in the unit.
The storm that spawned a crisis in Texas is now moving east, putting 16 million people in the southeast under the threat of flooding. North Carolina's governor is already declaring an emergency in the state, and New York is preparing for the possibility of another major snow event.
Here we go again. We got another storm coming. Before I get into the details of the storm, I want to talk about doses of vaccine that are going to be rescheduled.
Extreme weather is forcing states across the nation to delay COVID-19 vaccinations, delays which could likely be felt for the next week or two, on top of supply issues that places like New York City says it's already facing.
We've got fewer than 30,000 first doses on hand right now. That means we're going to run out. Today, tomorrow, we're going to run out of what we have now. And on top of that, we've got the weather problem all over the nation. There's huge storms that are now causing delays in shipments.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
With all the ice and snow covering our cars, it might be tempting to take a shortcut when you have to venture out. But here's a reminder how important it is to clean off your car completely. Take a look at these photos. This happened on Old Lebanon Road in Campbellsville when a huge chunk of ice flew off a car in front of Rebecca Castle and her husband. It smashed right through the windshield. Fortunately, though, no one was hurt.
Wow. Well, the winter weather this week has caused a lot of problems, but it's also created some beautiful scenes. Orleana Nolan sent in this shot from Frenchburg. Looks chilly with what appears to be a frozen pond there on the left. As Bill said, don't get on that pond. But what a gorgeous view in Menifee County. How about this shot of the sun just over the horizon in Madison County? Michael Prater sharing this picture with us. Sean Staten sending in this pic of a crew removing a tree in Rockcastle County. Now, we know their work is not easy, so certainly we thank them and everyone for all of your hard work to keep everyone safe. We want to see your winter weather pictures, so head to the LEX 18 Facebook page, and you'll see a post where you can leave them in the comments. Sports is up next.
Tonight, Jimmy has Shaquille O'Neal, plus Allison Brie having internet drama with Jimmy and Lubalin.
Blue cheese has mold in it. Blue cheese has mold in it.
Tonight,
the snow won't stop the savings. Friday through Monday at Ashley Home Store Snow Sale. Save 30% off your first item plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. Or get 0% interest for 5 years with no money down. Friday through Monday, Ashley Home Store.
It's not just our schools, our horses, heck, it's not even our fine spirits. It's the people that make Central Kentucky great. And here at Paul Miller Ford, the same holds true. That's because we're not just Ford experts, we're your true blue dealer that's been here for nearly 7 decades and 3 generations of great deals like these. Now drive Escapes with 0% financing and $1,000 customer cash. 2020 EcoSport, $13,990. Fusion, $15,990. Kentucky proud and proud to serve our community. Paul Miller Ford, your true blue dealer.
When you're named the #1 hospital in Kentucky for 5 straight years, it comes with enormous responsibility. A responsibility that we're honored to hold. It means that no healthcare challenge is too big or too small. It means that we will always show the best of us. It means that we are the hospital to meet the healthcare needs of the Commonwealth. The best in Kentucky, the best for Kentucky. UK Healthcare. The power of advanced medicine.
Ready, set, go.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy,
Live big in the larger-than-life SUVs from GMC. The GMC Acadia, Terrain, and all-new Yukon. Current eligible non-GM owners get over $5,200 purchase allowance on most 2021 Terrain models.
Visit your Bluegrass GMC dealer today.
In advertising, you see a lot of things that aren't real, like this suit. But at Legacy, our deals are real. Not like the other guys that give you a lifetime warranty that is void if you service anywhere else. And that's why our complimentary lifetime warranty is valid even if you don't service with us. I refuse to play that game, and you should too. Demand to know the real deal.
New 2020 Nissan Kicks start as low as $183 per month. Or new 2020 Nissan Sentras start as low as $199 per month. Legacy Nissan, London.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
If you've been denied a job, harassed, or even fired because of your health, age, race, religion, or sex, call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
The snow won't stop the savings. Friday through Monday at Ashley Home Store Snow Sale. Save 30% off your first item plus 20% off the rest of your purchase. Or get 0% interest for 5 years with no money down. Friday through Monday, Ashley Home Store.
There's just no easy win with this team, is there? No lead is safe with this squad, not even if you're leading by 17, which at one point Kentucky did. But then, of course, they let their opponent back into the game. Let's see how this one played out. UK have won 9 straight in their series against Vandy, looking to make it 10 and snap a 4 road game losing streak in the process. I think we all can agree that BJ Boston has turned a corner, hits 2 threes in the first half. He's now 13 of 25 from downtown over the last 5 games, only making 9 of them in his first 15 games of the season. Steals and scores there. Boston finished with 12 points. But it ain't no fun unless the big man can have some. I'm talking about the Jack Show, the high flyer, Isaiah Jackson, making his presence felt early. 15 points, 9 boards, and 2 blocks. UK led by as much as 17 in the first frame, going to halftime up 12, 11 assists on 14 made field goals, and hold Scottie Pippen Jr. scoreless with 5 turnovers. But in the second half, the Commodores made this a ball game. Cleavon Brown gets the easy jam. DJ Harvey dials it up from 3. Vandy going a 13-2 run, cuts it to a 1-point game. UK eventually put the lead back up to 9 with 7:23 to go. But once again, this game came down to the final 4 minutes. How would they respond? Who's the guy you want to go to with the game on the line? I've said it so many times. Give the ball to Davion Mintz.
He hits a three in the winding seconds for the third straight game. He led UK with 18. Vandy Steele. Delon DeSue was a thorn in UK side tonight. A monster game, 29 points and 16 boards. At 1 point game, Keon Brooks Jr. nearly had the dunk of the year, but they call offensive foul. Come on now. Vandy had a chance to take the lead at the free throw line, but missed both of them. Jacob Toppin was the MVP tonight, sinking 4 clutch free throws. He was 5 of 5 from the line, 16 points for him with under 30 seconds left. And Kentucky was able to hang on 82-78, the Cats' third straight game with 80-plus points. First time since 2018 they've done that. The stat of the night, though, 24 of 25 from the charity stripe, their best free throw performance since 1992 when they hit that same amount.
Like I told him, that's a happy locker room. You know, this team has been through the gauntlet and, winning and playing like we did in the first half where we should have been up 15-16. And then they make a run, and we don't fold. We don't fold. We just keep fighting, and we push it back to 7. That is big for this team, big. And again, those free throws that those guys make, those were daggers now. Those were daggers, too.
If you have that mentality that you're going to make the shot, you're going to make the shot. You can't have no doubt in yourself. And I just had all the confidence in the world that I was going to make those free throws when they mattered.
The UK women were supposed to play LSU tomorrow night in Memorial Coliseum. However, the weather has forced the teams to move it back one day. They'll now tip off Friday at 2 o'clock. The 17th-ranked Wildcats have won 4 of their last 5 and have just 4 games remaining in the regular season. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
If you're up early enough to see the sunrise, then you know how important morning news can be. I'm here to help you see what's coming, to get you ready for any kind of Kentucky weather. There's nothing more important than keeping you and your family safe.
LEX 18 News at sunrise, 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have AT&T with DirecTV, it's not hard to see why. Because while AT&T charges you extra for an internet modem, Spectrum gives it to you for free. They do? Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-970-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike AT&T with DirecTV Select, Spectrum has more free HD and free on-demand, and sports channels are included. Wow, really? Really. Plus, get exclusive original content with Spectrum Originals. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-970-4499. And unlike AT&T with DirecTV, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-970-4499.
Here's something the insurance companies don't want you to know. When you hire a personal injury lawyer, on average, you'll get 3 times more money than those who don't. Now you know. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
The Professional Bull Riders Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour returns for an all-new 2021 season. Watch as riders from around the country face the world's most ferocious bulls. Join us for the Lexington Invitational February 19th and 20th at Rupp Arena. Social distancing and masks required. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or PBR.com. Get them while you can and find out what it means to be cowboy.
The authentic barbershop experience is at Uppercuts in Paris. Every style, every detail, and specializing in hot towel service. All this month, receive a free haircut with a hot towel service. Only 15 minutes from Lexington. Uppercuts in Paris. The authentic barbershop experience.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When you need a vehicle you can count on, trust Green's Toyota to be here for you like we have been for over 50 years. Hurry in for their huge President's Day sale. Save up to $5,000 off new 2021 Highlanders or lease for as low as $269 per month for 36 months. And save up to $3,000 off new 2021 RAV4s or lease for as low as $199 per month for 36 months. Green's President's Day sales event going on now.
Great people, great cars, think Green.
Snow right now is pretty light in Lexington, although there's a band of slightly heavier snow going from the south side over into Jessamine County. There are other bands of heavy snow cutting across southern, south central Kentucky, and then also back to the southwest. We'll see the snow off and on continue through the night. Periods of freezing drizzle will arrive also tomorrow morning.
Okay, Bill, thank you. And before we go, Kentucky State Police tweeted that there is heavy snowfall and all roads right now are covered and slick on I-75. So they say to use extra caution if traveling on the interstate, especially in Laurel County.
So please be safe no matter what you're doing tonight. Stay indoors. And thank you for watching The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you back here at sunrise, beginning at 4:30 in the morning. Have a great and safe night. We'll see you tomorrow.
LEX 18. It's about time we fit into your schedule. Streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.